What's good, YouTube? The market is going insane for cards that are all the way out in Code of the Duelist. The buyouts are real, the buyouts are crazy, and the kind of insane thing is, this is just one card for an archetype that people love a lot. Spellbook of Rudra was announced. It's a D-draw. You can pitch any Spellbook card, monster, or spell, or I guess trap if there are any traps one day. But all this speculation and hype is going so crazy around the deck that it is getting bought out everywhere. People are securing their pieces now, and I think it's a bit crazy, but let's go over the fallout. Or, I guess, mid-fallout, it might continue to go crazy. Spellbook of Master, as you see, the secret rare sold out except for one seller, Card Rush, who has 15 copies, who is ready for this moment. Spellbook of Fate seems to be skyrocketing on the ulti real fast. And Spellbook of Fate, the ultra rare, is above its market price as well. We go to the Grand Spellbook Tower. The secret rare is almost completely sold out on TCG Player. Card Rush again seemed ready for this moment. They're like, yes, I've been waiting. This is my moment. This is my time. I am so ready for this Spellbook hype to be here. But the secret rare version of the Tower is not the only version, if you guys recall. But the Grand Spellbook Tower over here, there's one from Canada, cheaper, before it sold out to the point of 40. So, if you want a cheap secret, this man's from Canada is the last one standing. There should be no rush to get your card in since this card is coming out in Code of the Duelist. So feel free to sit back and snipe deals for a very long time as these prices go crazy. And remember, there's a gold rare version of the Grand Spellbook Tower. So you have a super budget option still, at least for now. We'll see how this card does over time. It seems like Return of the Bling is the set that just... Oh, yep, it is. Premium Gold 2. I was going to say maybe I got the wrong one. But, yep, Return of the Bling seems to just be giving and giving lately. And there's a lot at a low price, so it would be hard to buy out. But you could see a pretty fruitful return if the deck does do very well. I always like my smaller micro investments when I go for cards like this. So buying a bunch of copies of this card while it's cheap would probably be my way to go about this. But since the boat's probably already missed for a lot of you guys since this news came out at like 4 in the morning. I was up when the Spellbook was announced, but its effect wasn't. And I went to sleep at like 4 in the morning. Woke up to all this insane stuff happening. So the Grand Spellbook Tower is definitely a card that you will be using in your deck. Not probably, you should be using it. So I would be getting the gold versions probably, since the boat seems to have been missed overall besides this one Canadian. And Spellbook of Power, the ultimate rare, is spiking as well. You see the norm at 32. It's always been kind of around there except for when it was played. 44. All right, that 25% nice price hike is across the board, also coming to eBay. So the funny thing is, the people have been telling me to focus on Spellbooks on Market Watch for a while, and I'd kind of been watching them a little, and they had been bumping already on their own without this actual new support. People were like, hey, peak Spellbooks. Like, maybe people will be playing it with E-Dragon format, and people love playing their Spellbooks. Well, people are going to love playing them, at least in the meta, or trying real hard. We'll see how it affects the OCG. We'll see how it affects us. I'm sure we go crazier for it than they do, but we're nostalgic for that Dragon Ruler format, aren't we? So this is kind of a deck that can still be played. I know Mike Clazel got 20th with the Mize Spellbooks at a regional before, so I would think the Mize builds are what might be the focus of this. Spellbook Magician of Prophecy is going up as well. You see the Ultras at 840, but I think it was already going up to there. Even though the norm is 6, I think it was already heading towards 8 on its own. So that's not too new for the Ultra, but they're super low quantities. So this is a card I would consider getting. Hasn't had a reprint, super low quantities. But with new support coming out, you would figure maybe an OP pack around the time that the new card hits would have something like these, since they've had no reprints and now they're now getting support. So I'd be very cautious. Konami does have a tendency to Konami does have a tendency to pull the trigger on reprints when new support comes out. So without any of these ever having had reprints, the Spellbook cards from Redo, besides, you know, High Priestess, I would highly consider that there might be. And the Ultimate Rare, the one that I would be getting because of that, is out of stock completely on both. And this is the other one from Redo that I was talking about that I could see getting a reprint, Spellbook of Secrets. But first, I just want to point out there's not a single Ultimate Rare Blue Boy on the market unless you are buying from the UK or Germany. So you're out of luck if you're wanting to hollow this out and getting hype and you haven't gotten it before. You had years. You knew this moment would come one day, right? You had years. I bet there are so many people screaming, yes, I knew this was happening. $11 on Spellbook of Secrets. It is going up fast as well. There are ultimates of it on the market, though. That's played. We have Unlimited at 16. That's not bad for it. 17. That's not terrible. So you can get play sets of an Ultimate Rare set relatively affordable compared to its Ultra counterpart. And we see the ultis are 17 here as well. And next on my agenda for Market Watch is going to be Brilliant Fusion because of link format. It spiked up real nice and hard a couple of days ago. You see the market price at 5 and 4, but you see it sitting at 7 and a little over 760. And we come over to eBay and it's all the way down to 575 after the hype. So it's cooled down a lot on eBay. Multiple sellers and it's not selling, but Brilliant Fusion is very, very good for link format. There's a ton of combos getting shown out there. You might want to look into them. Basically, when you, I said this from the start, you Brilliant Fusion, you bring out Seraph Knight, you get another card out, there's 2 cards for links, you get an extra normal as well, and Star Grails are abusing the crap out of it from what I'm hearing. It's a really good card in general. Anyway, Seraph Knight untouched in the OCG, likely to be untouched here immediately as well. So I would highly consider that. And I didn't mean to go this far forward so soon, but just reviewing the spellbooks, it's a really good card that they are getting. Will the deck be playable because of one card? Many archetypes are just missing that one piece, and it has a ton going for it already. Has so much support that I would see it. And, you know, a lot of cards aren't going up right now. The super versions that I would be considering, where was it? I think like Spellbook of Wisdom, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the Super Spellbook of Wisdom is still low. And then the Spellbook of the Master, the Super version is still super low. So, there's just plenty of different versions of these cards. There's so much support. It's such a hype deck. Whenever it does get anything, that this will naturally happen. But remember, it's all the way to Code of the Duel. So we'll see the fallout later. And we'll see if it continues to spike before it does fall out. Going past Brilliant Fusion, we have quite the spread of reprints that have happened lately. Pot of Desires being one of the main ones. Hitting $43 overnight. It was all the way back up to 65, and the reprint announcement from the Megatins just slapped it real hard, and people were clamoring to get rid of theirs. They were lower on eBay. A lot of the lower ones on eBay actually sold, and it's got rebounded to 43, so that was interesting. It was headed even lower. I think there were some 38s. So just interesting to see how low this card will go as we get more near the Megatins. But remember, National season is before, so the card should stay a bit hype until about a week before Nationals, where everybody has everything they need for Nats. And then I think it'll drop off real quick as within a month, the Megatins, or I guess a month and a half, 2 months, the Megatins will be making their appearance without too many major tournaments directly after Nats besides the Worlds. Whew, not too many of you are playing in Worlds, huh? Weird how that affects the market. But, I definitely think it'll keep falling. I think, you know, it's doing its initial little rebound of its fall, and then it'll just slope off and down. An interesting card that has been falling even more is Totally Awesome. He's just fallen a couple dollars each day, it seems like. He's crept down to $39 on TCG, and with Paleo still being such a dominant deck, people are just looking forward to the next format and maybe making the same mistake of the last format and discounting Paleo as we head towards it. Toad's still a real good card, guys. I don't know why it's falling. I know you could assume it'll be in the Megatins, which it probably will be. I don't see why it's falling so fast now, though. We have a lot of events and a lot of playtime with it. I'm glad it's falling. I want people to have as many cards as they can that they want for a cheaper price. I'm just confused as to the why, because I think it will still be a very viable and good deck. It's just confusing to see. Like, this obviously has a reason to fall. This obviously has a reason to fall, as its reprint was announced as well. We see they're already available for $39 versus their norm of $60. I think there were a few sitting around $55 before the reprint announcement, but it's still a huge fall. I don't get why this is falling. But Crystal Wing, like we said, is the pack cover, or on the pack cover of our next replacement for Dragons of Legend, which is, I believe, the Battle of Light, or something, I forget the name, the reprint Minerva set. That's our most important thing from it. But Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon is in there as well. People are super stoked, people are super hyped that it will be in there, and it's fallen pretty quickly, 42 over here, so actually way cheaper on TCG Player. If you need a copy now, I guess you go with TCG Player, but try to hold off as long as you can. The set's release is before Nationals, so if you're playing DDD, if you're playing When Witch Invoked, and you already have your invite, you can try to hold off until right when the set comes. I want it pre-order because, you know, shipping won't make it in time, so you'll have to find it at the event, and it'll still be pretty cheap, I think, comparatively to what it is now. It'll be the same kind of thing as Ultra Invoker, sort of. So, what did you guys think of today's Market Watch? Going insane with spellbooks everywhere. Spellbook of Judgment, of course, on the F and L list in the L section. Not really being affected by all this, but so many cards affected. It's just insane. So we have the Spellbook hype, Brilliant Fusion for Link format, and our reprints going down, along with a card going down that I'm not really sure why. Thanks for watching, guys. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoy Market Watch, and we'll be back again with more news from the OCG, as we have a ton of cards released over there.